Am I starting?
Yeah, you're starting.
What are we calling the podcast now?
It's still the coaching couch.
Is it the coaching couch? We're not going to call it or something like that.
Right, we've got 3 announcements.
Are we calling it?
Right,
I've had it in my head for like 2 weeks, and I've not said it, but like...
Right, start the podcast from before, but bleep out what we were saying, because we're going to use it as an announcement. The podcast has already started, so should we get going? Where you said, even when I'm saying, bleep this out, because we're going to announce it about 10 minutes into this podcast.
I quite like it. Do you not think it's good?
No, I like that. Steve can just
why are you laughing?
Steve can just come up with names so rapid. Right, anyway, we're getting started. So we're going to start things off.
We're going to have to change the badge on the thing as well.
Yeah, we are.
We have to get a whole new piece of artwork.
So yeah, we've got some exciting announcements. We've got 3 very exciting announcements. So if Jake could put some like exciting announcement music over the top of this, and Steve will tell us about the first exciting announcement that's going on right now.
You just added another one, and I'm confused of which one.
No, there's 3, isn't there?
Yeah. Anyway, my head's like this 24/7, so excuse me if I don't know what the big announcement is, because I genuinely feel like I have a big announcement to make every day, which is everyone else's problem to deal with. I'm assuming the first one would be the rebrand, right?
Yeah, and it is a big announcement, because it's a very big announcement.
It's a very big announcement. One thing I would say to fitness companies that are just starting out: don't brand yourself for a year. Just give it 12 months.
Yeah.
Give it 12 months before you do the branding.
Save you a lot of headache.
Yeah, you just do it twice otherwise. So highly recommended.
So tell me what we're going to. What's the new brand and why?
So the new brand is Fitness Business Uni. Funny enough, there's legal ramifications on calling yourself Fitness Business University. Yeah. Apparently, if you're not a university, you're not allowed to call yourself a university.
That doesn't surprise me.
I would have never guessed. So if you're in America, if you base it in America, because it's only the UK that protect that term. So, I mean, I'm not really sure of Andrew Tate's kind of legal background, to be honest with you, or whether he gives a shit considering he's currently in prison.
I mean, the guy is in prison at this moment in time.
Yeah, like innocent until proven guilty, but I'm not thinking the name of his online program was high on his list of priorities of clearing his name about. But anyway, back to Andrew. Who the fuck's Andrew Tate? We're talking about fitness here. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, so we're rebranding to Fitness Business University. It's kind of been a development just as the business has grown. We've got 25 staff now. It grows every fucking day. So I lose count. Over 250 clients in the program. Way more just throughout kind of all the free resources we've got, the free Facebook group. We're probably affecting somewhere around 3,000 to 4,000 personal trainers at the moment in some way, shape or form in any of our programs. And it's just turned into a bit of a monster. And with that, sometimes things change and things have to develop. And Fitness Business Uni was something that I'm an educator by background. Like that's always been my kind of forte. And it was something that I think fits very well with kind of what we want to do. One of my concerns is just the nature of the industry and kind of how it's perceived by other people. Other
people maybe outside of the industry as
well. That's what I mean,
yeah.
So like, I don't care about people's opinions inside the industry, to be honest with you. But people's opinions outside of the industry, like, and I've said it before, like my parents, I'm assuming, well, my dad actually wasn't that arsed, but my mum was quite disappointed when I decided I wanted to be a personal trainer. When you go to school, like, and you say, oh, I want to grow up and be a personal trainer. It's not really something that people encourage you to do, or even just run a business in fitness at all. Me and you have both been sat down by exactly the same person at completely separate times and been told that there's no money in fitness and it's a dead end job. And when are you going to get a real career? I'm sure we all hear the statistics of how many people get into the fitness industry and fail and end up going into different jobs. And I know that it's something that, people are really passionate about. It's a huge industry. And I want to make sure that the people that deserve to be in here have a career path that can be extremely rewarding for them, rather than scraping pennies and scrubbing toilets into the 30s and 40s, which, I don't think people should be doing with the level of education and the level of effort that they put into helping their clients. Nothing wrong with cleaning toilets. I've done it. I worked in a leisure centre for years, but once you put that amount of effort and qualification and time into learning your craft, I think it's something that you should maybe be able to step out of. And the start of Fitness Business Uni is the start of what I hope will become a leading institution of not only, educational background of this is exactly how you run a business and this is how you market and these are the choices that you've got, but also the practical element of being able to implement that and run it alongside people who've been there and done it before. And I think that is quite a unique thing within the industry at the moment. It's either here's a load of education but no practical help with actually implementing it and doing it, or here's a load of practical help and strategies and tricks that I've used but no real foundational knowledge.
And those could be outdated as well by
yeah,
now.
exactly. Because I don't think a lot of,
because we talk about this a lot, what we did in our fitness business categorically would not work right now.
Yeah, but the thing is that I was very lucky to have a mentor that taught me the foundations of business, had run businesses in other sectors and understood the fundamentals of business, not just fitness.
Yeah.
And spent a lot of time with a lot of people that are very clued up in advertising, traditional marketing, e-commerce. I've got some really good friends that are across multiple industries now. And I learned a lot from them. And that's one of the things that's allowed me to excel, because I feel honestly that I have a better fundamental understanding of business than a lot of our competitors. And it's something that I think that coaches should really be able to take on board and something that they should learn. Because if they grasp the basics, they're going to be able to move with trends easier.
Yeah.
They're going to be able to pick up concepts faster. If there's a new social media platform, they'll understand the concepts of marketing. So they'll be like, right, that's how I get to do that on this platform. I'll go away and do it. Instead of always looking to like the latest guru to tell them what their magical tactic is. Because really, like, business doesn't change that quickly. Business tactics and strategies do, but business fundamentals don't change. Like people's psychology doesn't change overnight. And it's about understanding those processes for me, but also having the practical element of it and having that duty of care to our clients that, we are here to guide them and help them put these things into practice and help them reflect and learn on what they're doing and improve it. I think is the practical side of it is something that I'm really passionate about helping them implement. However, I don't want to leave them high and dry for them to make a quick buck as well. So I know previously, like, we've had people that come in that just thought it was going to be an overnight success and they were going to make £10,000 a month within 2 weeks and then leave, which does happen occasionally. But for the majority of time, like, they still don't know how to solve problems. They still don't know how to deal with things within the business. They still don't know how to overcome issues. They don't know how to evaluate and develop their own business into a way that they want. And I think that, a lot of the industry is spoon-fed. Here's the thing, go and do it. Here's the thing, go and do it. And you see it in waves of tactics, but tactics die and tactics change. Things that are working well now will not work in a couple of years. Things that are working a couple of years ago will not work now. But the people that understand the fundamental concepts of marketing and business administration will have great businesses. And I think that's something that I want to make sure that, if you understand that, I think your business takes a more solid form. Yeah. And I think it's going to be a much better way for people to move forward.
Yeah. So talk to me about what is the difference in how our current clients are going to be affected by this change? What new things are going to come in for them and people coming into the business? What is going to set us apart from everyone, from our competitors at the minute? Because we've been currently building it out, and it's so exciting.
Yeah, I can't honestly answer that question because I don't do really deep market research into competitors, because it's quite secretive about the programs and everyone just wants to shout the loudest about what they do. Yeah. So it's a bit of a false economy with doing that research. I don't find it very productive. I've tried it. You never really find out anything that surprises you, and it's just a load of smoke and mirrors, to be honest with you. The only people that are open to speaking to you about it are the people that have negative things to say about it. Yeah. Which, can you pull all the information from? Probably not. The things that I really want to focus on, like giving the value, is I want it to be a student-led experience. Yeah. So I know a lot of people have problems with business programs. Prior to working with us, they spend money that they never really get the value for. They feel like they're not heard. They feel like they get ignored. They feel like they're left a bit high and dry. If the tactics don't work for them, then they're kind of told that it's their fault. I want to run it from a place of them first. And I think, the support systems that we have in place, the HR that we have in place, like the systems and processes that we have to make sure that everybody, gets the support that they deserve. The coaches work so hard with these, with the clients, students, whatever we want to call them. The operating procedures and the training that we put them through is so extensive. And I think that is a testament to itself. Will people understand the levels before they get in? Probably not. It's hard to show them how much we do because it's a lot. A lot of that will probably come from word of mouth. I think the next level of things that will really help is, the feedback and assessment processes. So I know programs do these things individually. I don't know of many that do all three, like together. One of the three things that we try and make sure that we do is we assess and help people on three different levels. It's understanding the fundamental knowledge, like understanding the concepts. So you get the basics, basically. You know how things work. You know how to, you know what marketing is. You know how to do customer research. You know how to run a payroll. You know how to do your admin stuff. You know how to pay your tax. You know what your business finances should look like. All of those things that nobody ever teaches you when you come through, even school, and then into a PT. No one teaches you all that business administration stuff. So having the knowledge and then obviously of the marketing and all that stuff, the application of that. So how do you then take your knowledge and apply that to your business? That's the next step that they need to take. And having, the mentor team review that process of, has this client taken the information and applied it to their business correctly? If they haven't, how can we review that for them and help them and give them feedback so they can keep working on that process and get it right for themselves instead of spoon feeding them? And then the third thing is the practical assessment part of it. So, okay, you've got the information, you've applied it to your business, but now we need to test whether it actually works in the real world for your audience and your business model. So you go away and do it and you feedback the data, and then we help you evaluate it. Okay, this is what the average data should be. This is what good looks like. This is what great looks like. This is what subpar looks like. Where are you on that scale? Okay, you're here. All right, how do we improve that? How do we move that up? And our goal over the 12 months of the program is for every process that you need in your business to grow it to a very successful level. We've green lighted all of that, as in you understand it, you've applied it correctly to your business, and it's working in practice.
Yes, you're seeing the results from it.
Yeah, your business is in real time working and you're getting the results from that. And if those processes aren't met, we will have to do a deep dive and we'll have to escalate that process and we'll have to keep working until it is. We cannot let people do a year with us and leave and their lead generation still not be working. We can't let people leave after a year and have their content still not growing their audience at the rate that they should be. These things need to be ticked off, and we can't realistically let somebody move out of our program and say, yeah, you've done the program, if we haven't ticked off all of these things. So it's like almost that 3 levels of assessment that I think is going to be a massive difference. And that comes with the kind of fitness business uni element. Like we want to be able to rubber stamp everybody that comes out of the program as competent. Success is obviously relative. I try not to use the word success, but like competent, profitable, stable business. You understand the concepts. You have stable like lead generation. You have clients coming in. You are serving them well. You are making profit. Your business is profitable and can keep you in the industry for as long as you want. Whether you want to make 30 grand a month, cool. That's probably step 2. But step 1, people should coming out of our program with a 50 to 60K salary.
You'd argue that you wouldn't be able to get to step 2 without completing
step one. Yeah, or you would, but it'd be shaky. If something changed within your business, you'd be left high and dry and you wouldn't know what to do. And we see it. We see people do this and then come
back down quick
because they don't have the core principles set.
They take on a load of clients. They might find
not even that. They're just reliant on tactics. If you're reliant on like, right, I do this certain launch and it works really well for me, when that certain launch stops working,
there's no
everything
new
dries
way
up.
Of getting them in.
You need to have, all different ways of generating clients. You need to have your inbound from your content. You need to have your outbound from messaging people. You need to have your referrals and your affiliate system set up. You need to be able to generate paid customers. I don't care whether anyone thinks you shouldn't, I do it this way. Cool, we do it all of the ways.
Yeah.
Because eventually you will need to use all of those things, and you should know and understand how they all work, and you should be able to make them all work. Then you can pick which is your fucking favorite after that. But like, you know, we're talking to people who are like, oh, I only run ads, but then my ad account got banned. Cool, do you not know all the other processes you can get to grow a business? No, I only did ads because that's what the guy did. All right. Well, I do messaging, but I got banned from messaging, so now I haven't been able to generate any clients for the last month. Well, did you not have 3 or 4 other? No. Why not? Are we really, you know? And that's one of the reasons again why the branding.
You look at if you were a creator and you were just using TikTok and you were based in America for your messaging, I'm not saying it is going, but it looks like it could be getting banned.
Well,
in America.
I don't want any business owner, especially who's got like a mortgage and kids, or who has bills to pay, or who has parents to look after, to be sat like on the edge of a fucking precipice, like, oh my God, if they take away this,
there'll be so many people in America that will be in that position right
but
now.
Like, you know, people who get their Instagram accounts shut down.
Yeah.
Why have they not got 3 or 4 other methods of getting clients? Because people don't teach everybody the borderline basics of what you need to do to grow a business. They just teach them the one tactic that they know that's worked for them, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I just want to do better.
Yeah.
And I think people deserve better, and I think we owe people better as an industry, because then everyone just fights about their own way of doing things. When reality, there's 5 or 6 for me. And that's really, you know, where we should be. The brand being, you know, Fitness Business Union and being way bigger than me, and maybe not having as much of my voice at the top of it, allows us to do that without creating a fight mentality of our way is better. There might, you know.
Yeah, because we've got so many different experts within the business,
and that's
now.
Yeah, exactly. So and if I don't know something,
it's not
if I'm
one
not an
person
expert
that's saying this is the best way to market, this is the best way to sell. We have individual voices in this business.
Well, that's why we do it. So like we have paid ads people that come in and teach parts of the course that have proven success in the fitness industry. You know, yourself with content, sales, all of this stuff. It's
finance
not,
with James,
it's not just me.
Yeah.
And
you couldn't do it all.
The thing is, we could have never run this at first because we never had the money to pay all of these people like to do it. So at first it has to be me.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I don't have, you know, our wage. Well, I don't want to talk about what our wage bill is, but it's fucking substantial. It's more than what most of these companies actually make.
Yeah. Like
in total. But we can do that now, and we can bring in these experts because we put the graft in, and I've kind of done it off my own back.
Yeah.
Now that's actually not the best way to do things.
You just wouldn't have the time to do it all now.
It's not even that, but like you know, a collective set of 10 people who are experts in all different areas is better than one person, you know, who thinks they know everything, but actually is only really, really good at like a couple of specific things and okay at the rest of it.
I was doing this with Rebecca the other day. You know top trump cards?
Yeah.
What would your top trump card be?
I have no idea.
What was your like? What was the thing that you were really good at? Would you say in your fitness business then? What was like the thing that you feel like you absolutely nailed?
That's a really tough question.
You know, if you had like sales, if you had marketing, if you had lead gen, if you had fulfillment, if you had the results, if you had a top trump card rated out of 100, which one would be the like the one that came around and you were like, yes, I've got Steamograph, sales.
Huh? Results.
Yeah, you always got.
You know what?
You were always good at sharing results from what I remember in the early days of.
The weirdest thing is it underpins things. I think from my background as a teacher, I think empathy. I think I can understand how, again, I might be wrong here, but I feel like I understand very well how people think and feel, and that allows me to be a good coach. But it also allows me to market very well because I can understand my audience very well as well. I know who I'm speaking to. I know who I'm trying to work with. I know what challenges they've got, and I can put myself in their shoes, even if it's not maybe a situation that I've particularly like gone through myself. I'm quite good at stopping and pausing and thinking about how they might think and they might feel and being quite conscientious of that.
Yeah.
And I think that probably one factor helps me sell well. It helps me create programs that people want. It helps me market well. It helps me.
I think it also helped you in this business with managing a team as well. I think.
I try my best. Like I said, I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm an expert in anything, but considering I've got absolutely no background in business whatsoever, and I was a school teacher, I think I'm doing all right.
Yeah, you picked it up all right.
Yeah.
You've done all right, haven't you, Stu?
But I think just again, just people skills, I think is my natural ability. And I think just that's allowed me to apply that to marketing. Once I started researching marketing, I was like, right, now I need to apply what do I know about the people that I'm trying to market to this, and it works. When I'm coaching, it's like, how do I apply this to the people that I'm coaching? And I think that's probably and that's why we're doing this as well. Like, the rebrand isn't because I think it'll make us more money. I've said this a million times. I could make way more money for myself just coaching, mentoring 30 clients.
Yeah.
Way more, and definitely more profitable, and definitely less of a headache.
Yeah.
Definitely. But that's not the point.
Yeah.
Like, I crossed the line years ago when I had enough money to be happy. Like, enough money to be happy to me was being debt free and like probably earning about £5 or £6 a month. Like, that was probably like the peak of how happy I could be. I don't get any happier. Like, my dog costs 700 quid. He's the best thing I've ever bought. But he is.
Yeah.
But he is. He brings me the most fucking happiness like in the world. He was 700. Yeah, his food's expensive.
Yeah.
But like,
he's ruined some furniture as well.
No, he's all right with furniture. But even that's like, his
Yeah,
food's £150 a month. His food is.
No way.
150 to 170, depending on the treats that you
What
get.
does he eat?
It's human food, mate. Honestly, it smells like shepherd's pie if you put it in the
Like
microwave.
Sunday roast dinner every morning or something.
It's from a company called Butternut that I'm not sponsored by, but I should be because of the amount of money I spend. But it's like, they come in little food pouches in your microwave. But like that, what I'm trying to get at is like, I love the fitness industry. Like, I really do. It's given me a life that, at one point I thought I was just going to have to be a teacher for the next 30 years and sit in a staff room and eat toast and listen to people whinge about how much they hated the jobs. Like, that's literally all it was. And I couldn't think of anything worse. I've got a job now that I genuinely look forward to every single day. And I have done since I quit teaching. I loved every single hour of PT I did. I've loved every single hour of online coaching. I've loved every single hour of doing this. And, my mum won't retire because she's fucking stubborn, but like, my dad doesn't have to go back to work. When my mum reaches retirement age, I think a couple of years, not to give my mum's age away.
How old's your mum? Putting you on the spot.
I don't know. 63 or 64.
If you ask me, I wouldn't actually know.
She's either 63 or 64.
Really bad that. Sorry,
but she's a couple.
I love you, mum.
She's either 3 or 2 years away from retirement, depending on whether 1 or 2 years away from retirement, whether I'm right or wrong. And they won't renew her contract because she's at the top of the wage scale. So they'll get rid of her and just get someone at the bottom of the wage scale. Yeah. But she won't have to work, and that's all I ever wanted. So now it's about genuine. I don't know, everyone fucking sounds proper wanky, right? But it is about giving other people the opportunity to be able to do the same thing. Like, am I here to make it, 2, 3? If I wanted to make people millionaires in the fitness industry, like millionaires, I would work with 2 or 3 clients and take a percentage of their company and just help manage it with them. I want to help 1,000 people like make, £6,000 to £7,000 a month.
Yeah, because that's
have like £100,000 a year jobs.
The biggest change in your lifestyle is going from
absolutely.
that 1,800 quid a month as a PT on the gym floor to 2,400 quid maybe is the max I ever earn on the gym floor, to earning that 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's a massive. That's going from worrying about rent and worrying about paying bills to not having to worry about rent and not having to
think
worry
about all
bills.
the really highly respected jobs that Let's disregard being a footballer or a fucking finance
like doctor,
expert. Lawyer, head teacher, dentist.
Maybe manager at a business, like you've got a team.
An executive or something like that. Okay. Think about all of those. Now, I know the number when I was a kid, what I thought the top of those people earn, 100 grand.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I thought if you earned 100 grand, you were fucking smashing it. If someone told me they earned 100 grand, I was like, wow, that's so much money. And that, I don't know what the average UK wage is. Jacob, could you do a quick Google on what the average UK wage is? Average UK salary?
I think it's about 28 grand or something.
The median is 26, the mean is 31.
31.
Yeah.
So that's 3 times the average UK salary. 3 times. That means that if you spend your money right and you invest well, your children will have a massive ability to, have a greater foothold in life than you do. Your parents or your partner will probably not have to work if you don't want them to. They can do, but you would have enough money to be able to support another person within your life and support kids and have enough money to do whatever you wanted.
Yeah.
You might not have a fucking golden Ferrari, but you would be able to
have a very nice
You'd be
life.
able to take your fucking kids to Disney World. You'd be able to go on an all-inclusive holiday. You'd be able to go to the nice places in the world where you see people go and you go, oh, fucking, it's really nice that. You can afford it. Will 100 grand be 100 grand forever? No. But everything will move in line with that.
Yeah.
And, anywhere between, 8 and 12 grand a month, you're living a fucking really good life.
Yeah.
Really good life. Even 5 and 6 is fucking phenomenal. But like 8 and 12 is where you've got more money than pretty much most of the people that you know.
Yeah.
And you never have to say no to stuff. You might have to say no to doing everything all in 1 month, but you'll never have to say no.
It's more of a time thing.
Yeah,
I
you'll
think,
never be able to. You never have to say, I can't do that.
Yeah, it's more of a time. It's more of a time thing, isn't it? It's not a money thing when you get to that stuff.
And you can do it in an industry that you're passionate about,
and it's a sick
that you've done
industry to be
that you've done as a hobby,
Yeah.
that you've enjoyed, that you've chosen to do, not been forced into, because nobody forces you into being a PT because apparently there's no money in it. So no one kicks you down that road. It's not like, when you get forced into being a lawyer or something like that because your parents are lawyers and they're really pushy. You pick it. People do a PT course because they pick it, because they enjoy it, because it's what they want to do. And to be able to tie that up with people having an amazing career and something that will last, because if you run a business, doesn't matter how old you are. If you're a PT on the gym floor, realistically, do you want to be on the gym floor forever? No, it's a great pathway.
Yeah.
And, throughout your 20s and maybe even it depends how fast you age, right? It depends like how sprightly you are. But like, you don't want to be doing that at 50. But you can be running a company and have 2 or 3 coaches working for you at that age. Absolutely. So it'll be something that can last forever as well. And if you, again...
And it's an industry that's moving so fast at the minute. Since COVID, really, especially the online space is, pre-COVID, people weren't really maybe open to online coaching as much. They hadn't really heard of it maybe a lot of the time. But whereas now it's so much like... being fit and healthy is at the forefront of most people's minds now. Like, it's a lot more important to people than it was maybe 4 or 5 years ago. So it's a great time to be involved in this industry.
I just think as well, like with the shift in culture, with the way that people are viewing the government and people are viewing the pharmaceutical companies and things like that, people will more and more turn to health professionals to help them with their health rather than just taking a tablet. Now, that I might be wrong. I'm not an expert in these matters, but I feel like people's confidence in the pharmaceutical system has been shaken quite a lot. And I feel like as we move forward, more people will want to take their own charge of their own health rather than relying on being told what to do by, companies.
That's it.
If we're being honest, they were lied to. People were lied to during that time about, whether they needed to take the vaccine, or I don't want to get into an argument about it, but like whether you thought it was useful or not, some of the information was misleading. I haven't studied it enough to give you an actual opinion on it, but like I am aware that some of the information wasn't exactly what it seemed.
Yeah.
I think people have lost a lot of trust in that side of the industry. I think the NHS is struggling. Whose fault that is, again, is probably a different topic. But like independent health professionals will be a massive role going forward in most people's lives, as they already are.
Yeah, because the PTs and coaches, they're changing people's lives.
It's just generally like, if you look at the major things in people's life, right? When do you get a PT? You get a PT when you lose your health,
and
you want to get back to it.
Yeah.
You get a PT or you get a health or fitness coach when you get to a breaking point where you're basically struggling to function and like do certain things. You've lost things that you enjoy in your life because you're not enjoying them anymore. Yeah. You get a PT like before you have a wedding.
And this is pretty much for every niche.
Yeah. Before a wedding.
Yeah.
You get a PT when or nutritionist or using it as a broad.
Booked, yeah.
Like, so all the really like big moments in your life, you will generally turn to a health, or you will think about hiring a health professional to help either like your enjoyment or just your accessibility of those things. I just think it's an industry that doesn't get the respect it deserves, and one of the reasons for doing this is to help do that. One of the things with the marketing and the branding side of it is that to do that, we've had to be very like institutional It can't just be me driving around in a fucking supercar anymore because
we made a really sick video of his Lambo as well. And
was it the Lambo on them?
No, it wasn't.
It was the other one.
Yeah, it was
the other
McLaren,
one.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we might still post that. No, but the branding is so good. I absolutely love it. It's really nice, the branding.
It's exactly what I want it to be.
Yeah.
What I want our business to be is, and what I think we actually currently are, just maybe not on the scale that I want it to be eventually, but what we have is a lot of people that really, really want to work in this industry. They want to make a living out of it. And they come to us because they believe we're the best chance of them doing so.
Yeah.
And we have people from all backgrounds, all educational backgrounds, different levels of understanding, different levels of even accessibility, foreign languages, all sorts. They come to us and we help them build businesses. And every single one of these people build a stable business. Some of them go on to do incredible things. You've had some, earn over £100,000 a month, which is mind blowing. But most, I think even still at the time of me talking, we've not had somebody that's worked with us for the full 12-month period that hasn't earned £60,000 that year.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Every single person that has completed a full 12 months has earned £60,000 minimum. And that starts at 60,000 and has gone all the way up to, 125, 150 in year one of them running the business. We have some clients that have been running it for multiple years and have come to us a bit of a late stage that have then gone on to do really big numbers. But like people have started in this industry, got qualified, started on social media, launched businesses, made £60,000 in the first year, and nobody's got under that at the moment. It will eventually, that average will come down a bit, but like, we're having people that start from nowhere and make $3,000 a month within a couple of months.
Yeah,
it's not about the money. It's about, well, it is in a sense. It's about having the stability to continue running the business without worrying about where your next bill is getting paid or whether you've got the money to pay for a course or whether you can go to that event. And, if you're coming out of your first year with even a profit of $40,000, like, I think that
average,
for me, I think that for me is where we would want to get most people to. And then individual talent will help people get the stupidly big numbers. But it does become kind of formulaic. But what I want it to be is a positive place. I want it to be something where people come because they want to build things properly. They want to have something with sound fundamentals. They want to be, looked after. They want to do things the right way. And I think we've got that at the moment. Every single one of our clients, I think, is doing the right things and is open-minded and implements well and is reflective on themselves and works hard for themselves and understands, wider concepts and doesn't get caught in like, arguments of this is better and that's better and I want to do this, I want to do that. It's very like, these are all tactics that might work. These are the right ones for you in your situation right now, but we'll teach you the rest of them just in case you ever need them. And I want to expand that out really, because I think, unfortunately, and we've probably played a part in it too, to be honest, there's just a lot of bickering and a lot of fighting and not a lot of moving the industry forward.
Yeah.
Nobody's really like gone, we need to fucking sort this out between ourselves. Like, this industry is not getting the respect it deserves. People are not getting the help that they need. And instead of moving the industry forward and working on thinking, right, where can we have this industry in the next 5 or 10 years? They're thinking, how can I tear everything else down and make a quick pound out of it?
Yeah. How do you think it's got to that position? Do you think it's because this industry effectively is a new industry or an industry that has grown exponentially over the past 6 years? Why do you feel like that in terms of like fitness business development is behind other industries in terms of like moving the businesses forward?
You know what? I'm not entirely sure. I think there's a part of it that's the people at the top of the industry or the people in charge of that part of the industry maybe don't have the capability to do it.
Yeah, because it's a little bit different in America. They seem to be a little bit further.
They are ahead of us.
Ahead of us a little bit.
I think the people in charge of doing that have probably not given it the care and attention it deserves. I don't think for an industry where the vast majority of the opportunities are self-employed opportunities. If you think about it, if you get qualified as a PT, the number of well-paying employed jobs versus self-employment opportunities. It's massively self-employment.
Yeah.
Hugely. And
There's a lot more opportunities in that.
Yeah. And I don't think there's anyone either institutionally or independently looking after the PTs on that sense of making sure that they know it.
The PT qualification.
And the individual companies that do so are almost, it's not in their interest for the PTs to make stupid money.
Yeah.
It's in their interest to help the PTs make just enough money to pay them for whatever they're like. A lot of the companies run a rental model, right?
Yeah.
A lot of the companies run a rental model off the back of labor. So they staff their gyms with the PTs. Now, if their PTs are making a shitload of money, where are they going to get the staff from to man those shifts? Because in their right mind, those PTs are not gonna, they're not gonna do the shifts if they're making loads of money. They're gonna be like, why would I spend 14 hours like tidying medicine? Not that there's anything wrong with it. It's not a degrading job, but you're making loads of money. You're gonna go, I don't really need to do those 14 hours. I'd rather pay you.
I'd rather do another 14 PT sessions.
Yeah, exactly. I'd rather do what I'd signed up to do. I'd rather do, and that won't work for them. And then when they're making loads of money and they're, they'll go and open their own studio because they'll think, that kit's broken. I'd probably prefer this. I would like my own space. It's really fucking busy at 5 o'clock. It's full of members. I can't really train my clients very well at the times where they want to be trained. I'll go open my own gaff, and then they're gone. So, the people that are actually usually giving the opportunities to the new PTs are almost, it's not in their interest for the PTs to grow very quickly. Yeah. It's in their interest for the PTs to sit in a really murky middle ground of, I still need the support. I still need to be doing these shifts.
They still need the shifts to make
and listen, the gym's charging rent. I'll back them to the hilt. They pay for all the equipment. They do all the marketing. They get the footfall for them. It's more than fine.
Yeah.
But if you're making a lot of money as a PT, there will be a point where you go, there's got to be more to it than me figuring out whether I can use this lat pull down with this client because there's 19 people waiting for it at 5 p.m. because the gym's job is to just fill it with people.
Yeah.
And at 5 to 7 p.m., which are your prime slots for training clients, it's carnage.
Yeah.
It's absolute carnage.
It's
just making it up.
So
then you can't do the job that you signed up to do, and you know that you can't because you're making sessions up.
Yeah.
Not out of that you want to, just because you don't have a fucking choice. Because you're literally like, oh shit, right, that have you ever tried to use a fucking adjustable bench in a gym at any time after between 5 and 9?
Yeah.
You can't do it.
You can't find the ropes for the
There's no time. I've ended up doing like seated bicep curls like on an angle that no one should ever do seated bicep curls at because I'm using an incline bench because there's 3 of them and no one uses them. But, it's stuff like that. I just think that there's nobody that's really like truly invested in really moving that side of the industry forward and making sure that people have the right advice and are taken care of. Everything has to run in a business. I appreciate that. But I think what a lot of people do is when they get to a certain point of doing that, they just leave the industry and go and do other things. They go into bigger vehicles. They look at I'll help other businesses because they have more money. I'll help people in property. I'll help this. I'll help that. I don't want to do that. And we've actually steered ourselves purposely. I've turned down people that go like, oh, do you want to run a course for like people that want to run property online courses? Like, no, I don't, because I'm in the fitness industry. Like, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I'll be in the fitness industry until I stop working.
Yeah.
This is my industry.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, again, some people, they look down on the industry themselves a little bit. They're like, but fitness is a small pond. I've dominated fitness now. I'm going to go into the wider business world. Like, fitness isn't real business, but it's never going to be that. It's never going to be looked at that until we put it there.
Yeah. Put some respect on that name.
Yeah.
That was a really good answer, that.
I don't know what the question was, to be honest.
I can't, but I know it was a really good answer. And you said at the start, I don't really know. And then you just spat some bars that was a sick answer.
You know why? Because
I think it was about moving, like why the fitness industry is a little bit behind other industries.
Yeah,
but it was a good answer. But that actually leads us on to the next thing, the next announcement. Do you want to do the next announcement?
I've lost where I am with announcements.
It was the YouTube series.
Oh, the scholarship.
Scholarship.
By the time this has come out, you've probably
they will have seen.
Yeah, you'll have seen that we've run a scholarship. We've given away £20,000 27
It's
grand.
27.
It's 27. About 27 grand in like fees, basically.
Yeah, just explain
back
what
to
the
people.
scholarship is to
So
anyone
the scholarship basically like...
because we're going to be running another one of these in 6 months as well, aren't we? Or is it 12 months?
Don't promise that.
No, right. We are going to run another one of these at some point.
Yeah, it will be a thing. But the scholarship is basically a way of giving some people access to the program with some financial help from us, basically. The reasons being for that, some people aren't in the best situations. It's one of those things that we have to do by application.
Yeah.
Because like if somebody's invested in 4 of the business programs before and they apply for a scholarship,
yeah,
I mean, I think we're good.
Yeah.
But I don't think everyone else is that bad. Like there are some that are terrible, but there's a lot of average. Okay. And if you apply yourself to average, you'll do okay. You might not smash the back doors off it, but you'll do all right. So my concern is obviously things like that. I don't just want to give stuff away, and that's why we don't. We do it by an application process. So it's people applying basically for a grant for the program, mostly partial grants, to be fair. Again, because if we gave full grants out, it would be a lot of people applying for it, and then because they hadn't, they weren't invested in it personally, we'd have a lot of people that just didn't do it or dropped out, or when things got tough or if they got busy, they'd just sack it off, and that would be a waste of the team's hard work, to be honest. So most of them are partial scholarships. However, we do give away 1 full scholarship.
Yeah.
And with that full scholarship, it's contracted that they have to take part in a process with us, which is almost like a documentary.
Yeah, I literally can't wait for this.
Over the course of the year of how we grow their business, and that will give people obviously a really good insight into actually what it is that we do,
proper
how we
behind
work.
the scenes
Yeah,
insight.
so people will be able to follow this scholarship coach on growing their online business and exactly what they're doing and all of the things that come with it in the first year. Positives, negatives, ups, downs,
Literally
struggles,
everything.
wins. So yeah, that's probably the second aspect.
And
I'm really excited.
Yeah,
for that,
we're going to
be fair.
document it through. So they're going to be coming into the studio on a monthly basis, following the exact steps that we're taking, having like honest conversations on how it's going, and watching this business develop over a 12-month period, which I literally cannot wait for. I'm so excited. We're sort of sifting through the applications at the minute of making this video, but by the time this comes out, we will have announced it. So yeah, that's something that we've got coming up.
It's a tough one, really, because I don't even want to just pick someone that's like gonna smash it.
Yeah,
I want someone that's going to do well, clearly, but I want someone that we don't know that's going to do well.
Yeah.
I want somebody that's got the personal capability to do it.
Yeah,
that like basically has the backbone to see it through, but that's not a dead ringer.
Yeah,
I don't want it to be someone that's just like, oh, actually, they've got 10,000 followers. They've just never tried to do coaching before. I'm like, what would that help?
Yeah,
I'd like it to be somebody that's maybe newly qualified, because they don't have, because they've got the scholarship as well. Like it is starting from scratch, but they don't have any pressure on them to like make it work tomorrow.
Yeah,
and I think that would be good to follow somebody that's maybe newly-ish qualified in a situation that really needs this to work.
Maybe even in a job currently at the minute that's.
No,
we don't know. We've not picked it anyway.
I would personally like, and I don't know if we've got any applications like this. My personal preference would be somebody that is just like newly qualified, maybe the last 12 months, not as in like freshly qualified, but like last 12 months, has been sort of trying to post on social media and has been trying to pick up clients and work in a gym. They've been doing the graft, they've been doing the legwork, and it's not paying off for them. That would be somebody that I'd like to take and be like, right, this is the way that we're going to do things, and take them on that journey for 12 months. That would be quite interesting. It might not work.
It does for the views.
It might be amazing. No, but I think that's the beauty of it, is that people will see the process that we go through.
They're going to actually
regardless.
see everything. We're going to go through every single step that we take with them. Show the results that they get in. We're going to show literally everything.
It'll be really interesting. And also it'll just be a really cool thing to kind of look back on in 12 months as well, and say like, can I like look at the difference like month by month of that?
It's gonna be good.
I'll be very happy with that.
Sick. Yeah, so
When
very
that's done.
exciting. And then we'll finish off with the final and third announcement.
What's the fine?
The thing that you just literally just came up with at the top of your head just before we started.
Oh, the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh
We're
yeah,
renaming
obviously
the
we're changing
podcast.
the name of the brand, so we're changing the name of the podcast. I'm not sure how big of an announcement that is.
It's not good, but it's a good name.
FBU Radio.
FBU Radio.
So again, one of the things that we want to really kind of emphasize with this is not me. Like, I'm running it, and I'm obviously the CEO of the company, but it's way bigger than that. It's going to be something that hopefully, I believe it will, or else I wouldn't be doing it, like changes the landscape of the business opportunities for coaches, not just in online coaching, but across the board eventually. I want it to be the place that you go to when you're qualified, when you go, right, I've got my qualification now, what do I do next? And you go, you need to go, do you want to be self-employed, or do you want to run your own business, or do you want to go work for someone else? And you go, no, I want to run my own business. You go, right, you've got to go here. Yeah. You go here and learn about it, and you'll do your first year with them to get you going and to get yourself. And we probably will have like other programs that follow on. We'd be daft not to, but like people will obviously pick and choose whether they want to do that. But yeah, this is the how to go from like, I'm quite new to the industry, I'm doing all right, to I've got a solid business that pays me a solid wage and means that I can stay in this industry for as long as I want to and live a very comfortable life. And I get to pick the level of growth that I want after this. And I have a choice rather than be forced into doing something because I need to make more money or I need to provide for my family. And I think that's where I want to get it to. I want it to be in a position where it's like, you go do your level 3 as a PT, you and then you go and do us.
Us.
Yeah.
Love it.
I know that's probably not the grammatical way of saying it, but you move on and you work with us, and we give you the fundamental solid business structure that you need to move forward. That to me would be kind of where we want to be. With that obviously means that I still need to be involved a lot building it, but it needs to be less about maybe my personality and more about our company values as a whole. And that will come from me, obviously, at the top, but I feel like it will just move us away from this us versus them mentality, or like me versus him or her. And it's more of a case of we just are what we are. Yeah, and it frees us up to be able to do exactly what we want, because there's nothing really else like it. Definitely not with the level of like staff, the level of structure that we've got. We're going to look into loads of different, like eventually
even the free resources that we
exactly, but not even not even just that, but
scale.
Just like the level of professionalism and the level of integrity that we've got with that. Like I was going to move to Dubai pretty much, like we were pretty much dead cert on it, and then kind of decided that we weren't, and wanted to go down this avenue, and I wouldn't have been able to go down this avenue abroad, because creating a UK institution
in Dubai
from a tax-free Middle Eastern country.
Hey, you might have met our friend, what's his name in the Romanian jail? Forgotten his name.
Andrew Tate.
I
just think it wouldn't have worked to the level that I want it to. It wouldn't have had that credibility. It wouldn't have had that institutionalization. I wouldn't have been able to like take it to the level that I want to within the framework of being qualified as a PT.
To having a business out
imagine me going to like, the UK awarding body for like examinations and assessments, or me going to like
go with
or me going to like the UK funding. I don't know what it's a job I've got to do yet, but like me trying to get UK like funding and finance for people that want to do this course, that you can apply through like some sort of government grant, for example. Are they going to give a government grant to somebody for a business that's not even registered in the UK? No. Are they fucked?
No way.
So part of the reason was that we just decided that we didn't really want to live in Dubai.
Yeah.
My family situation being a massive part of that. But the second thing is just, we wouldn't have been able to take it to the scope. So that's why, this is registered in the UK, and why we're closing the other one down.
Yeah.
To put everything into this, paying a lot of money to do so. Like my personal finances are not affected, but like I would have had more money If I'd have done it the other way, for sure. But again, like we can't, I don't think we can personally help people grow UK businesses and careers while I'm living in a different country, not even, you know, dealing with the same issues that they're dealing with.
Yeah.
I just think I don't think it would have illegitimized the business, but it would have put a sour taste on it, I think, for a lot of people. And it almost now feels like a new challenge because it's like now we've got to grow it within these constructs and within this system, and whether I agree with it or not, it is fucking irrelevant to me.
You just got
to play by the rules, death and taxes. But yeah, so that's. I mean, there's loads more I can say about it. To be honest, with you,
it might even be a completely separate podcast. But,
to be honest with you, what I'd rather do is I'd rather go away and get a lot of it done first.
Yeah.
Because you know this podcast has been done after a lot of the hard work. The infrastructure's already built, staffing structure's in place, the program's
and it's been
pretty much finalised.
It's been a lot of work, hasn't it?
The live launch is on Friday.
Yeah.
You know, the business has been set up for like over a month now.
Yeah.
Like all the systems are in place, like
the
finance team are in place, the tax team are in place, all of that stuff. Like it's been done. So I feel like I can talk about it. The next lot of stuff I only want to talk about when it's been done.
Yeah.
Rather than like what we're going to do. So yeah.
Right, well, I think that's a good place to wrap things up.
Official launch is on Friday.
Yeah.
At the event, which is cool. We've got goodie bags and stuff.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
Which is
You'll have seen these on the Instagram page. If you don't follow the Instagram page already, we will have launched it by the time this comes out.
Will we have rebranded this to Fitness Business?
Yes.
FBU Radio by then as well.
We'll probably do it after this.
After this podcast.
So if you're watching this in the future, it should have already changed by now.
And that means we can get people on this podcast that kind of. We can get more people on it because it's a brand rather than like you coming on my podcast.
Yeah.
Which would be nice. So yeah,
Sick.
all of that good stuff.
Right, I'll let you wrap it up.
Don't really know what there is to wrap up. If you're not already following the new stuff on social media, it's at Fitness Business Uni.
Instagram.
That's it.
Yeah.
And then this will turn into at FBU Radio.
FBU Radio. Jacob, can you do us like a little theme tune at the start? FBU Radio 102.1.
Do you remember the old Joe Rogan entry?
Oh, yeah.
Where it was like Nate Diaz going,
yeah.
Joe Rogan podcast by night, all day. we need to get someone to do one like that.
We could find that on Fiverr.
But yeah. No, Cameo.
Oh, yeah, he could do Cameo.
Cameo. Who should we get right?
Les Dennis from
in the
Coronation
comments
Street.
below. What I want you to do, I want you to tell us who we should get to do our podcast intro on Cameo.
Intro.
Okay, if you're not aware of what Cameo is, Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan would be brilliant, and Hulk Hogan's definitely.
Oh, hold on,
Cameo.
isn't he? I think isn't he in hospital really ill at the minute?
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's bad timing.
Probably
Macho
not.
Man Randy Savage.
Yes, Randy Savage.
Okay.
Undertaker.
Nah, the voice isn't iconic.
Bit too dark.
Outside of wrestling, obviously that's just my own childhood.
What about
peeping
Jon
through.
Snow? No? All right. Okay, yeah, we'll wrap things up there. Now, see you in a bit.